If you look at the priority of this government, the minister did say that economy and interconnection between those states, for example, how petroleum products that is being taken from the south up north are going to be ferried, and the consideration also about food transportation and all of that. But again, the consideration of other people in terms of what concerns them. When I asked him the ethnic, the sentimental, the emotional consideration people give to a road like the second Niger Bridge and that axis, and the reason why that road or that construction has been bedeviled over the past years, and we've seen government after government awarding those contracts. Do you think that more attention should be paid into some of these sentimental portions of roads across the country?
Well, the second Niger Bridge is unique in the sense that it's both important from the geopolitical viewpoint where the ethnic thing comes in, and from the economic viewpoint. I mean, it's the major connecting artery between the former western and eastern regions, and a lot of intra-Nigeria trade goes through that region. As of today, the second, there's not much work going on there. I mean, I came into it from Onitsha today, and the road is kind of getting bad at just around Asaba. So that is important. However, there is work going on another important road, which is the Onitsha-Enugu road. There's some patching up going on. Now you see, the Onitsha-Enugu road is basically a straight road all the way from Enugu, which goes on to Lagos. So you can see the economic importance of that road. If you take it all the way from Enugu, it takes you down to Ogudu and then south to Calabar, joins the A4, which really runs from Calabar to Maiduguri. So the second Niger Bridge is both from a geopolitical standpoint very important, and from an economic standpoint very important. I would want that to be
generally speaking, Cheta, if you would say you monitored the campaign of the APC in 2015, do you see this government as really very serious in the last 2 years or so in terms of their promises and what they are doing right now?
In terms of infrastructure, in terms of roads especially, up until about 6 months ago, I would have said no. But I would hand it to them that in the last 6 months, some activity has started. I think it would be splitting hairs to say not enough, because I do know that there are things like budgetary constraints and all of that. So within the limits of what they have, at least something has started.
Okay, that's good. Let me come back to Mr. Dunoba here. The eastern part of the country, very important, and there's some school of thought that believes that part of the country, maybe cement option should be considered. Erosion is a great deal of a challenge in that region. What do you consider as a major challenge for the people in that area, and what government should be doing right now in terms of infrastructure, especially roads?
Well, when it comes to whether to use cement or asphalt, I must confess I'm not qualified to make a pronouncement on that matter. It's technical. That question has better be reserved at this stage for technical people to analyze, and then advise people who do the policy, both implementation and as well as planning. But that gone, there is no doubt that the Southeast is in dire need of infrastructural facilities. Nobody doubts that. For reasons we don't have to go into, it's being shortchanged. Maybe the most rejected part of Nigeria. But that is being addressed, and I'm happy it's been addressed.
Does it look so? Does it look like the interest of the...
Jonathan is said to be, alleged to be Igbo, and he was president for 6 years. And for the 6 years he was president, not one single road. Not one single road was addressed.
Are you sure about that?
Well, if any of them was fixed, tell me. Not one single federal road was passable. The only one passable was Onitsha or Owerri, done under Obasanjo be completed by Yaradua. That's all. That's the only passable road. For the 6 years he was there, it's verifiable. Whatever I say, you can find it from anybody.
Does it look like this government is inclusive in this,
by the way,
in this ideology?
Let me even tell you this. On August 31st, 2012, President Jonathan was in Onitsha and announced that if the third Niger bridge, or the second Niger bridge was not completed, he would go into exile. It's available on the net. 31st August 2012. By the time he left, absolutely nothing was done.
But there's something,
okay,
but there's something consistently
right
wrong.
Yes.
I mean, I know at least 3 governments that have done budgetary allocation for that have contracted that bridge out, and nothing has been done.
You know, they were not serious. It's one thing to have it in the budget. It's another thing for the money to be made available and the money given out to the appropriate agency. If this case was never done, you can include anything you want in the budget, and that is the end. To use the Nigerian official language, there was no cash backing. They were only playing politics.
Okay, let me quickly, before I get your final words on this matter, Chetan Waze, as it stands now, can we say that almost 2 years now that Nigerians went to the polls, that some level of trust have been met in terms of voter to the elected officials in Nigeria in terms of roads under this administration?
Like I said when I answered the first question, no. Or at least until about 6 months ago, the answer would have been no. Now, it's...
Oh.
Done to avoid that.
Okay, I guess some technicalities. Your final words on this one. Expectations that we're almost in the first half of this.
First of all, let me start at the personal level. As you say, all politics at the end of the day is local. A year ago, it was not possible to come to my own village in Ihiala, Anambra State. It's a federal road. It failed completely. But I'm happy things are today different. But that notwithstanding, the quality of the road, I must sell this for RCC. I'm not doing their PR, but if they could pay me, I would do that. The quality of the construction is actually better than the original construction.
Mr. Sidon,
not only in the southeast, but from Lagos.
We must leave it at that.
To Enugu.
Many thanks for coming on the program.
It's my
Many
pleasure.
thanks for your thoughts. And we take a moment, and when we return, our assessment on what the situation between the Senate and the executive is happening right now. My guests are already on the ground to discuss this. Join us again.